they are normal. They have nucleus inside. Now the patient gets hepatitis B virus infection, and one of these cells suddenly decided that I want to commit suicide. And when this particular cell, say this one, wanted to commit suicide, what happens? They will die because of various mechanisms. Maybe you know that gene, apoptotic genes. So these apoptotic genes will be activated, the various enzymes will be activated, and this cell will be dead. So when the cell will die, the cytoplasm, it becomes very pink, you know that, because it contains lactic acid which takes more eosin, so they become pink. The nucleus undergo pycnosis, but in addition to the pycnosis, you also can get a karyotexis when the nucleus will undergo fragmentation like this. In fact, fragmentation is more common to see in apoptotic body than the pycnosis. So this is basically a apoptotic cell which is showing various kind of fragmentation of the nucleus. This is much more common. So you can see here the two apoptotic cells. What is the name of this cell? I said Councilman body. Correct. So see the picture again for some time. So ground glass cytoplasm can be seen in acute phase, chronic phase, and the carrier phase, whereas apoptosis is a feature of the acute phase of the disease. Now the clinical of hepatitis B virus infection. You should be able to tell this thing right now. In the acute phase, you get the enzymes very highly elevated, you can get jaundice, and then the IgM antibody. In the chronic phase, once again you get IgG antibody, IgG antibody, and carrier stage, which also can occur, you get a hepatitis B surface antigen for more than 6 months. So now you want to see this interpretation of the hepatitis B viral serology. So you have three phases: acute hepatitis, carrier phase, and the chronic phase. Look at it first. Since it is acute phase, we get a surface antigen. As I told you, we can get other antigens as well, but surface antigen you can detect very quickly, so it is easy to identify, helpful for the diagnosis. You get an antibody to the surface antigens, you get a core antigen, you get antibody to the core antigen. If we see all of these things, it is acute phase, acute viral hepatitis. You also get a AST, ALT, jaundice, etc., etc. Now we go to the carrier phase. When it is a carrier, we get hepatitis B virus surface antigen for more than 6 months. So since also it qualify for the chronic disease, you get the IgG of the core antigen, IgG antibody to the core antigen for more than 6 months. In fact, you also get the IgG antibody to the surface antigen, IgG antibody to the pre-code antigen. All of these things you can see. So IgG antibody to the code antigen, once again you can identify it in the serum very quickly and easily. In the chronic, however, there is no surface antigen. So can we make a statement like this? All patients with carrier phase are actually a patient with a chronic disease. So all carrier are chronic. but not all chronic patients are carrier. Correct? And since it is a chronic disease, we get a antibodies to these antigens, like IgG antibody to the core antigen, IgG antibody to the surface antigen, IgG antibody to the pre-core antigen for more than 6 months. And this would be very important for the examination. You must make sure that you read them very carefully, particularly the definition of a carrier, what kind of complication a patient with carrier can have, how to define a carrier, when the patient has a carrier phase, what other infection the patient can get. Anybody can answer this question? Yes, hepatitis D virus infection, and of course the definition of a carrier phase. Hepatitis B virus surface antigen present for more than 6 months. This is a C virus infection. This was previously known as a non-A, non-B. That time when they diagnosed this virus, nobody knew what kind of virus is this. But nowadays we call it a C virus. It is once again an RNA virus, and this virus is a dangerous virus because you really do not know how it will really act. This virus also is almost like a hepatitis B virus so far the spread is concerned. It is blood to blood via contacts, but one thing which is not equal to the hepatitis B virus is that there is no history of or chance of vertical transmission. This is one good thing. Hepatitis C virus infection most common in the homosexual community. It is also very common in the intravenous drug abusers. I have got no objection for that. Let them get the punishment. But unfortunately, this infection also is common to these patients who receives multiple blood transfusion for their survival. So can you tell me which of the patient should receive the multiple blood transfusion for survival? Yes, patient with thalassemia, aplastic anemia, leukemia, they need blood for survival, and naturally that blood has to be absolutely pure. Thalassemia, aplastic anemia, and acute leukemia. Now going back to the complications, as I told you many times, and I can repeat 1000 times, most patients with a hepatitis C infection, they develop a chronic hepatitis. If there is recovery, that is fine. If not, there is a chance of chronic hepatitis. Of course, as a result of that, you can see the cirrhosis and hepatocellular carcinoma. There is a unique thing about the morphology. What is the unique thing? That you get a fatty changes in the liver, which is not seen with any other viral infection of the liver. So let me recapitulate what is the morphology of the liver in a hepatitis B virus infection. B for boy, hepatitis B virus. You get ground glass hepatocyte. When you get that, you get the ground glass appearance of the hepatocyte during acute phase, chronic phase, carrier phase. What else you can get in the B virus infection? You get a apoptotic body. And what is the name of that body again? Is there any other name for that? Yes, Councilman body. But when you get the apoptosis in the liver biopsy, during which phase? During acute phase of the disease. So coming back to this hepatitis C virus infection, you get a fatty change in the hepatocyte.